right, welcome to another episode of the Level Up Podcast, brought to you by TrueFin Coaching. We got Coach Justin, Coach Iman, myself, and Coach Jesse. We're here learning and growing to hopefully through our journeys help you elevate your money game. And always repping Houston, Texas. By the way, we here in Houston, H-Town. Let's go.
Let's go.
How y'all feeling today, fellas?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good. Great.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Can we still say Happy New Year? I don't know. It's February already.
The fact is, Valentine's maybe we can get away with, but
Definitely happy Black History Month.
Hey, there you go.
There you
Right.
go. There you
For
go.
sure, for
That's
sure.
real.
And so, yeah, we want to bring the podcast back for this year. We know we started it last year and, keep building on that and learning and growing like we mentioned and learning the ins and outs, man. Shout out to Kelby as well. We're here at the Bunker ATX here in the Canyon. So shout out to him and for setting this up. We got a new spot here. Hope y'all like it.
Yeah.
This is dope. This is real dope, man. I'm really excited. This gets us really pumped up. Again, big shout out to the Bunker setting this all up for us. So
It's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. Got a backdrop.
Yeah, with the logo in the back got us feeling like superstars.
Right? This is legit.
But yeah, we wanted to start off the year. We're going into this transition with TrueFin Coaching, and we've discussed it. What are some of the things that we're going to bring in 2024, and we want to help bridge the gap because we've been talking about traditional finance, helping one-on-one coaching with our clients and mastering the fundamentals, what we call TrueFin with the trilemma. Looking at budgeting, looking at savings, looking at high interest debt, and wanting to manage that, the fundamentals, and then move on to the next levels when it comes to investing, looking at other assets and paying yourself first and things like that. So we want to now bridge that gap with crypto. And the things are changing ever so quickly now in traditional finance. You're starting to see some doors being knocked on.
Yep.
Things that we're used to looking different, and so want to kind of help learn the crypto for our own journeys, and then also help our clients in learning it a little bit better, understanding it, breaking it down in ways that everybody can understand. That way, you make those decisions with a better knowledge of what you're getting into. And so, want to kind of open things up about crypto and just talk about. What was your first experience with crypto?
Hand over to you, Justin, because mine was a while ago.
Okay. I would say maybe about 2020, when kind of the crypto was like in this crazy frenzy, and everyone was just like, hey, it's gone up, and it was just like this new craze. Mm-hmm. And that's when I decided to be a part of it. I first started off with, I think Robinhood has started allowing you to invest in crypto. So I started doing that. And then me and a couple of my buddies, we were like, hey, we were already investing just like within the stock market, but we decided to diversify using crypto. We saw some gains, and that was pretty much it. That was all she wrote. I was like, I'm in.
And while you're on top, as always.
For sure.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was 2015, 2016. I don't know. Bitcoin was then around that time, right?
Yeah, for sure, yes.
I just remember the big hype. I remember the first big jump, and I think it was around like 12K, 15K, something like that. And everyone was like, oh my God, this thing is crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I wish I got in at that time. That's what everyone was talking about. And I remember even at that time, people were saying like, about how people lost their codes and their passwords and things like that, and like, oh, people were missing millions of dollars, and we were like, hey, maybe we could try and find that, try to get those passwords cracked and try to get it. But that was like, I think it was like 2015, 2016, if I'm not mistaken. But don't fact check me on that. But yeah, what about you?
I remember because that's when I was getting in around 2020. The generational wealth conversation started coming up a lot with the pandemic, and we had a lot more times on our hands to really dive in on a lot of things. Being in is what's crazy is our backstory is being in, the retail banking side and things like that. Never really heard about it too much there. I don't remember hearing about it then, but once I started watching Earn Your Leisure, Market Monday, shout out to Earn Your Leisure, I started to hear them start talking about it. And then, of course, you had the meme coins with Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, and those different people were becoming millionaires overnight, which is crazy. And anytime you see that happen, you're going to really pique your interest and be like, what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember, at the peak of that bull market, and this is how you know when it's going off, is when you start getting all those DMs from, these crypto people and let me help you trade this and do that. And so I was just getting all these, I don't know, scammers, I guess you would call them. But that was sort of my first experience. I didn't know. I also had a friend of mine who was telling me about it. I need to get in. But I was like, I'm just learning the stocks and the markets, things like that. This is a whole nother beast. And so I really didn't start buying crypto, my first crypto, until about 2021, until I started doing the research, looking into it, seeing what it is, learning what's Bitcoin, what are these meme tokens. They have no utility. So they were just there, and people were making crazy amounts of money, and Elon Musk was saying,
Elon we trust, right?
tweeting things out, and you see these Dogecoin go crazy. It was interesting, and I ain't gonna lie, I bought myself a couple lottery tickets with Dogecoin and Shiba, and never panned out, but by emotions, that's how you get that FOMO, right? And you want to get in, you want to buy, and little did we know, we're buying at the peaks of the bull run of that was the peak of 2021. I think since then you've seen crypto take a decline and pull back. And also I remember the FTX commercials and all those were coming out in the Super Bowl as well. And so
all those celebrities,
like the arena too. When the
Lakers arena changed their name from the Staples to Crypto.com arena.
What?
Crypto's throwing some big money around.
Yeah.
And so you see it everywhere. It in a way it became mainstream, but then it took a step back once you started to see some of these companies go under and pull the rug, is what they call it in crypto. Some rug pulls gave a bad taste for a lot of people, and you had SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried out there.
R.I.P.
I think there was a jail picture that just came out today of Sam Bankman-Fried.
I don't think I've seen it actually.
I just seen it on the way here. Oh, nice. It just leaked or something. But man, crypto, that was my first experience, and definitely did my research and ended up getting in. But full circle, there's so much going on. But it's still a asset class that is growing. It's still,
the ETFs are out. Those are growing.
So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about the Bitcoin ETF. Hit a milestone recently and was approved. That was one of the So back to 2021, we've seen it kind of decline. Went into what they call a crypto winter, which technically in stock terms is a bear market. Same thing. And it's been down for a while now. And like you mentioned, there was 10 years ago from this year, they were trying to apply for those Bitcoin ETFs. And that got the conversation talking about a Bitcoin ETF. As you've seen, if you want to go follow us on TrueFin Coaching on Instagram, you posted talking about similarities between the gold ETF. We talk a little bit about that, or
it's just there's a lot of similarities right now on how gold ETF started and how that grew compared to the Bitcoin ETF and how that's growing substantially quicker. But still, the trajectory on how where gold's at right now, I think the market cap on the gold ETF, I'm talking about the gold ETF, because we had a comment in there, someone was like, oh, it's trillions and this and that. I'm like, well, the ETF's a little bit different, but it's like a third, Bitcoin's like a third of the way already on where gold is at as far as an ETF goes. So that's just goes to show, and it's only been when we posted that on Instagram, it was 32 days. I think it's now what, like 35, 36 days out that the ETF has been out. So that screams opportunity to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's just we talk about it in there in the Instagram post as well, as when you want to learn, especially when it comes to like stocks and stuff like this. A lot of the times you need to look at history and see like what had happened, what trends are going on. I mean, you're a lot more versed. I know you're doing a lot of day trading and things like that as well. I don't got the cojones for that. but like there's trends, there's things that you look at and see to see how things are growing, and there's a lot of that is what I noticed with the gold ETF and with the Bitcoin ETF. So that definitely screams opportunity to me.
Yes, Bitcoin ETF went live January 11th. I remember that date. And it was a huge milestone. They had been trying to get it done, as I mentioned, for the past decade. And now basically Wall Street has joined.
That's crazy.
That has joined.
Like this could be part of your 401k now. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
That is crazy.
So
Bitcoin.
very similar to gold. You have this opportunity to now get the exposure without actually owning physical Bitcoin, digital Bitcoin,
Yeah.
in its entirety. So you can go to BlackRock, these Fidelities, ARK Investments, those type of big hedge fund I don't think Vanguard is participating.
they're not?
They were one of the ones that said we're not going to offer it yet.
Oh, I thought okay.
Yeah. That was one of the things I seen, like when the first week that it went live, there was a
Yeah.
couple of funds that didn't want to list it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, until it's proven itself.
Oh, wow.
They'll come around.
And Vanguard's very
I'm
conservative.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought they did actually. I thought I saw, but I bet.
Is there any that you've invested in? I know you mentioned with your fellas, Justin, but
Yeah, we did the we did the typical Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
We did Ethereum. We did Cardano because of you.
yeah.
Yeah. I think there's one more out there that we're invested in. But I look at it like how I look at like my 401k, or I look at just being in the stock market and period. I'm here for the long game. So,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly,
So
yeah.
it's like I don't want to just like get frightened and pull it out, and then you have it reach
Yeah.
an all-time high, and I'm not able to get those gains. So
Buy and hold.
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
And that's the thing. I think the long-term mindset is missing, because in crypto, I've
Yeah.
I've
we talked a lot
immersed
about this. Yeah.
I've immersed myself in the crypto community probably since August of last year. I was an avid investor, but now I'm a user now, and I want to, anything that you're going to invest in, you want to be able to go see how it is and use it, things like that. And so I just diving into the crypto community, which it is super live on X. So follow us at Truth and Coaching at X.
Yep.
That is where we have all of our crypto,
Verified.
and we did verified. Lots of updates on there, native tokens of certain ecosystems within crypto. And so, yeah, check us out there. A lot of posting daily for our crypto content, but a lot of the moon boy mindset in crypto right now, and we talked about it, right? Having that FOMO,
Yeah.
wanting to price number go up and that just be it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I think just in my research, crypto is bigger than that. There's a lot of, a lot of people can say crypto is just going to be a fad.
Yeah.
And you similarities when the internet came
Yeah,
out,
yep,
in the
yep.
beginning. You've seen these headlines
And at the
that,
past again.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
trends. Yeah.
You almost see it repeating itself.
100%.
And anytime something is hard to understand or is new, so you're gonna have your doubters
growing
or
pains.
your naysayers. Yeah. And it's shaking up a whole industry that hasn't been shaken up in hundreds of years, maybe. or
Seriously. More probably. Yeah.
You have decentralized finance, you have staking, you have proof of work. There's so many words and keywords that I could throw out there that you may not understand now, but I think in the future, and as more and more adoption happens, a lot more people will understand. But back to the point, long-term mindset, I think is, and what we know in traditional finance, that's the best way to beat out the market, right? Nobody can time the market. Warren Buffett
Yeah.
says it all the time, right? You got to find value in the markets
Right.
and be able to capitalize on that and hold, right? Buy and hold. And over a period of time, you're ultimately going to be dollar cost averaging into your positions, things
Right.
like that. Nobody's ever going to catch the perfect bottom, sell at the perfect high.
exactly.
You know, you gotta be able to withstand and have a time horizon and a plan. And so I think what we could do as coaches and financial coaches, and we talked about bridging that gap, is bringing some of that traditional finance mindset to
To the
crypto.
crypto, yeah.
Yeah.
We say this all the time.
Very realistic mindset.
Exactly.
Because if you think you're just gonna jump in the area and get rich overnight, then good luck. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
Everybody thinks they're 10x and 100x and
Dude,
Just
it's,
outrageous stuff.
1000x.
I mean, those are the stories you see.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this and this pulled out, and he's a millionaire now, and
Yeah.
you know, now he spent it all on whatever.
Yeah.
But I agree. Applying those traditional legacy financial ways of doing your typical investing and applying it here in the cryptocurrency, I think is a huge benefit that people are kind of missing out on. Because and now going back to like when we first heard about crypto and things like that, like that was the game. I felt like everyone was like, "Hey, get in," and it did that first peak at like 12K, and it was like, "Oh, it's over, it's done,
Yeah.
game over." And then
Yeah.
and then it happened again, and then it happened. Now it's happening again. You know, like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not going away. I think that's one thing
Yeah.
that we need to understand is that Bitcoin, crypto, coins in general are not going to be going away. In fact, you know, it's changing the game.
Right.
And the more I think people are more and more every single day are starting to understand the value and the applications of these cryptos and what Bitcoin can do, and that's just like anything that's new. Like you just have to be able to understand, like you were saying. And the more you understand, the more you understand the value, and the more you're able to see where it falls on the market.
Yeah.
And that's when you invest in things, right? You don't just invest in things when people tell you to. If you're doing that, that's not a good strategy.
No financial advice here, guys. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Do your own
Best
research.
strategy, but yeah, do your research, understand what you're getting into, and that's kind of what we're trying to do as well. Just get as much information out as possible so you guys can make the best decision moving forward. So
And that's the beauty. I think we're going to bring the education side as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
We talked about the mindset, and we do financial literacy, right? And education. I think crypto education literacy is going to be crucial for mass adoption. And it's not a scam, you know, like you said, it's here to stay. I think the Bitcoin is the first major step through the door. If Bitcoin has to be a Trojan horse and get in and where all the other altcoins flourish, the technology is game changing. The technology is something that you never seen before. And then you still haven't factored in quantum computing, which is coming up as well.
Excuse me, what?
AI. So all these things are going to continue to enhance and continue to get better. But Bitcoin, I think, is a huge beacon in the crypto industry. Now, we talk about ETFs. There is a centralized side of things when you talk about that, because BlackRock and Fidelity, they're buying up Bitcoin right now at a pace that we can't even
crazy.
understand now. You know, smart money. Like you always hear the term, right? Follow the money, right?
yeah,
The money.
that should be part of your research.
The money is like on the table right now.
The biggest firms.
They are in it, and I think it's a matter of time we see Ethereum ETF, possibly Cardano ETF. We'll see. XRP, though, these big blue chip cryptos, as they call them, that have been able to last these crypto winters, because they've changed through these times of existence, and you've seen the top 10 cryptos change, but there's some that have stayed and been sustainable through that time. So it's like you said, it's important to do the research for sure.
100%. I think the first part of it is understanding what's blue chip and what's, you know, outside of that as well. I think that should be the priority, looking into those and seeing, okay, what's been there, Bitcoin, you know, Ethereum, Cardano's, but like Dogecoin and things like that, like those are something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something else.
those you got to know what they are, right? For take them for what they
Exactly,
are. Take
exactly.
them for what they are. Like I mentioned earlier, and I used the analogy of a lottery ticket. It's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Now, there's some meme coins I found out there that do have utility, that do have profitability, that do so. They're out there, and I think we'll as we get more of the crypto conversation going, we'll have episodes where we can maybe announce our favorite ones, or even on social
Deep
media,
dives.
like we do deep dives into those projects.
Yeah.
And we'll always let you as a person to make your own decisions in wanting to
Sure.
get in that, but at least educate you to be like, hey, this may be cool. Because if there's one thing I've learned in crypto, a lot of the times on the money and financial side, you see it as a serious something that's very close to the vest, but
Yeah.
crypto is very much more transparent and a lot more fun, and that you could do a lot more things that you've never imagined
Yeah.
with a money and a different currency that you've never even thought of.
Yeah.
And you see countries like El Salvador making Bitcoin their native currency,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
It's insane. Yeah.
Argentina may be the next one.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's because the industry hasn't been manipulated.
Seriously.
And the big money that being there now is
Yeah.
interesting to see, like how are we going to have these 80% drops now, these
Yeah.
90% now that there's more money in there, and the market cap is going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still under 2 trillion, I believe. I think Bitcoin just hit 1 trillion itself.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then the whole crypto market in general still is yet to hit about 2 trillion. I think it's just getting there to 2 trillion. But there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
From my personal experience, I see it as a tool of opportunity to grow wealth. Don't go full degenerate, if for anybody knows that means, and just put your life savings all into it and do that. We talked about it in the beginning, the fundamentals, getting those things taken care of first, making sure your operation is working, what fits you and your journey.
Yeah.
We talk about everybody not being the same and having their own vision, but it's just important to know what fits you and what fits your risk tolerance, your time horizon, things like that.
Diversification.
Diversification is crucial as well. Yes.
I mean, 2024 is, I think, we said this, that 2024 is going to be huge as well. And I think that that's a big part of it as well. It's like, this is an opportunity, but make sure you're doing it the right way. Everything that Jesse had said, and just don't let this one go over your head.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. The halving's coming up.
Bitcoin halving.
Elections are coming up. It's a lot of interesting things that are happening, and just be mindful. Get your knowledge up. Follow TrueFin Coaching.
Yes.
We're gonna try and get you up to date as much as possible, so that you guys can take advantage when those times come.
Bitcoin halving is crucial.
100%.
That is coming up in April of this year, so be on the lookout for that. And so I just want to rattle off some Bitcoin halving facts, and this is straight from our Instagram page. Okay, so go check us out at TrueFin Coaching. The Bitcoin halving is a process that reduces the amount of new Bitcoins created and rewarded to miners every 2 minutes. This happens every 210,000 blocks, which is approximately every 4 years. So just like you were talking about, it's a cycle, right? And these markets go through cycles. So just like the stock market, you got bear markets, you got bull markets. It's the same situation. So that's the first fact. Another fact is the next. We just talked about next Bitcoin halving is going to come in April. The block reward will drop from 6.25 Bitcoins to 3.125 Bitcoins per block. This will be the fourth halving in the Bitcoin's history, and the second one in less than 5 years.
It's crazy.
That's why they call
So
it
it's
halving.
it's ramping up.
Yeah.
It affects the supply and demand of new Bitcoins entering the market, which can influence its price. So historically, I would say about 5 to 6 months after the halving, you see the price go parabolic and go crazy. So as something to note, and right now, just the research that I've done, Bitcoin is tracking its normal habits through cycles. Even with the new ETFs and things like that, it's still mimicking its normal 4-year cycles, what it's doing. So be on the lookout for that. Another fun fact is the first Bitcoin halving actually happened November 28, 2012, when the block reward dropped from 50 to 25 Bitcoins per half. The price of Bitcoin on that day was 12,351 at that time, and it took actually $12. Sorry, correction, $12.35. It took a year for it to reach 1,000 by the end of 2013. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's wild. So let's talk about that. When we talk about the opportunities in Bitcoin alone, and that's just one asset on the blockchain. And we haven't talked about the blockchain very much, but that's the technology and the ledger that these cryptos are built on top of, and it's essentially a ledger system. And so that brings me to the next point. I have this prepared for our next section, which is, let's see, the misconceptions of crypto.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
The top misconceptions. All right. Crypto is only used by criminals. This is false. As most crypto transactions are conducted for legal purposes, the crypto networks are transparent and traceable, making them unsuitable for illicit activities. So criminals don't want to get caught, right?
Yeah.
And the whole point of the blockchain is it for to be very transparent and very trustworthy.
Yeah.
So
It wouldn't work if it was.
yeah, you would work if you're a criminal, right? They just
Yeah.
trace back your wallet address, things
Yeah.
like that. Crypto will always use lots of energy. This is not true. As many crypto networks are adopting more energy efficient mechanisms to secure their network, such as proof of stake, which uses 99% less energy than proof of work. So shout out to Cardano, because I know those are one of the blockchains that is the pioneer for their staking mechanism.
Okay.
And you being very energy efficient. And Ethereum actually was proof of work and switched to proof of stake recently. That was actually last year, and they're having a lot of troubles, but that's another story. Another misconception is that all cryptocurrency and blockchains are the same. So we talked a little bit about this, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin is not the same as Ethereum. Ethereum is not the same as Cardano. A lot of them are different. And we talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano a lot because those are like considered the top three.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrencies are not taxed. This is wrong, as most countries require crypto users to report their gains and losses for tax purposes, and some even impose specific taxes on crypto transactions. So please, everybody, it's tax season.
It's not tax free.
Don't pay your taxes.
Put that down on your taxes.
When I did my research in crypto, I seen a lot of stories out there, people running from paying their taxes. Please pay your taxes, people, okay? Crypto, we talked about this. Cryptocurrencies are fads. So it's not a fad. This is doubtful, as cryptocurrencies have been around for more than a decade and have shown remarkable growth and innovation in various domains such as finance, art, gaming, and more. So those are some facts. I just want to read that off just in case people had some worries about crypto, and maybe some of those were in there, you know. So I just wanted to make sure like we let y'all know some of those misconceptions so it's out there. So any other topics on crypto or anything y'all want to?
I mean, there's so much we can go into, but
Yeah.
it's a good high level we got right here
For sure.
for the people. But yeah, drop a comment, questions, anything else you guys like to know about crypto, Bitcoin, whatever it might be. We'll be definitely happy to address everything we can.
Or any other topics that you would like to see in the episode, a later episode. Let us know if there's any subject that you feel like you would like us to discuss. Leave a comment or send us a DM. We're happy to
We check them
out.
Check them all out.
And we'll definitely have some more where we get more in depth into the crypto world. Like as we mentioned, we really want to bridge that gap. And if you want to go into this cryptoverse and with something a little bit more knowledge, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help. Follow us on Twitter, or X is what it's called now. Sorry, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to forget the
I know, right?
It's not a tweet, it's a post. I don't know. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the socials, TrueFin Coaching. Thanks for joining us on this crypto episode. First one for the year, and more to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
At our new home here at the Bunker, ATX. Shout out. Again, Coach Justin, Imam, myself, Coach Jesse, signing off.
H-Town.
Learning and growing. We hope you'll have a good rest of your day, evening, or night, whatever it might be at the current time. Take it easy. H-Town.
Take care.
Take care.